right, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me out there? Can y'all hear me? Or am I tripping, y'all? Am I tripping? Let's see. Where we at? Where we at? Alright, this is going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie review, man. What do you think? What do you not think? If you had a chance to see it, if you haven't had a chance to see it, look, I'm going to say right now, if you haven't had a chance to see it, go ahead and get up out of here. Go watch the movie, unless you just don't care. Because I'm the type of person, I get up on here and I just want to see. I want to know what's going on. Then I want to go watch the movie. But fortunately, I had the chance to go and watch the movie tonight. Really, really great movie. I'm a huge fan of the series. I remember when Guardians 1 first came out. I'm talking about, I think it really changed the way that I looked at the whole Marvel, I guess, MCU universe. I mean, I'm just being real, and that's my opinion. But I remember when it came out, I was like, man. Like, I already watched Iron Man, I already watched Hulk, I already watched all of these amazing movies. I'm not going to say Thor at the time was a great movie, but it was a pretty good, universe going on. But Guardians really tied everything together, and everything with the Guardians from that first movie really just solidified the whole universe. Whether I think the first one, it introduced introduced Gamora, which introduced Thanos, which Thanos ended up snapping half of the universe, sacrificing Gamora, and everything that happens with the Guardians seems to affect the whole universe. So, I mean, how can you not like it? I am here to answer any questions that you have about the movie. Do you think it's worth it? Do I not think it's all of that? I'm here for all of that. I think I need to fix the chat though. Let's see so we don't miss anybody. If you are tuning in, make sure you click that sub button right now. Don't play with us. Click the sub button, like the video, leave a comment. Like I said, we're here to answer any questions, and it doesn't have to be right now in this live chat. You can ask me anytime in the comments. Make sure you leave them. I'll respond to them. We're gonna try to keep this video as quick as we can be, but if we get some people that comes in, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind sticking around. As y'all can see from my eyes, I am tired. I don't know if they look as red as they look in real life because I got this bright ass light in my face. But dude, I'm talking about, I was tired when I sat down for the movie. But it was like, I've been waiting. I have been waiting. I'm telling you, when I tell you I have been staying alive to make sure I see this movie. Yep. Like I'm telling you, like, this is real life. We have been staying alive just for this. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. The movie opens up straight up on Rocket, which is a very weird because the first two movies, they start off with Peter Quill. I almost said the wrong name because they do end up saying Gamora calls him Peter Quinn, and now I'm like, I feel like I'm from a different universe. Like, is it Quinn or Quill? But I know it's Peter Quill. But like I said, the movie starts off with Rocket listening to Peter's music, which even caught me off guard. Because I'm like, why does he have the Zune player? Like, I guess everybody's just adapting. No, he walks past every Guardian that we know until he eventually walks past Peter, who's at the bar. He's drunk, out of his mind, and he sees Rocket with the Zune player, and he's like, what are you doing? Like, give me back my you know what I'm saying? What you doing touching my, nah, don't do that. But he's too drunk to even comprehend what's even going on, man. So basically, he falls over and everybody's like, he's a drunk. But he is the leader of the Guardians. Like, he is the one that had the, ooh, child. Like, he the one that saved the universe, So it's kind of hard. Like, even when I first saw it, I'm like, man. Like, I looked at my girl, I'm like, look, he's going through a hard time. Especially, we just rewatched the first movie last night to catch her up on what's going on in this one. So to see him so happy in the first movie, and then all of a sudden you start this movie off like, man, you can tell, hey, Peter is hurt, bro. Peter lost his girl, which, if you don't know, spoiler alert, you should already know this by now. Thanos threw her ass off the cliff. A past version came into the present, they dusted everybody else away except for her, so she just left. She's on her own journey right now, but she never met these people. She just got a sister She don't know the rest of these people. She never hung out with them or nothing like that. So this is all brand new to her and all that. Still though, I feel my boy because my boy has all of these memories with him, with her, and what can you do? Like, other than cry about it. So everyone is like, they feel bad for him, but at the same time, they're like, they don't really feel bad for him, which is, it's kind of a gray area. But, basically in the middle, like Peter's drunk. He done fell out. They take his ass to bed. Rocket's basically like, I'm finna go to sleep. Here comes the fucking pissy ass golden popsicle flying through space. And I mean, they teased it. They really teased it. And one thing I will say I like about the movie is it brought a lot of things back together. Even when I was rewatching it yesterday, I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna say this, I'm gonna butcher this, but the Amulix, whatever it's called, the little batteries, like they had that in the first movie. He was like, I need that battery, and that's what Groot reached up, like, let me get that, you know what I'm saying? And they had that in the first movie, and that's something that I never really caught on to until now, that they had that Rocket stole in the next movie, and that they needed, well, not really needed, but like it ties so many things together, which I'm gonna get into it. I'm getting ahead of myself. But here comes Adam Warlock. We knew he was coming. He's played by the guy. Oh, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Y'all are gonna kill me for that. But look, he played in the guy who was in that one movie when they had to act like they were a family. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the movie. Don't judge me, but I know the movie. He's the guy who was like, they were singing, "Don't go chasing water." And then, yeah, I ain't gonna rap it because I'm not trying to get demonetized when it's time for me to get monetized. You know what I'm saying? But he did his job, man. He did his job. Like, I like the fact that he was just this goofy ass character. Like, he was serious, but he was like more so like a kid. Like, I was just born yesterday type shit. Like, I'm gullible, but I'm not gullible. You like, oh, you want me to kill him? Or no, I would think it was one joke and it was like, show this guy we mean business. He's like, you want me to show him we mean business? Yeah, show him we mean business. Okay. It just, boom, it kills him. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, dude? We said show him that we mean business. I did show him that we meant business. We can't get what we need from him now, though. What are you doing? Like, it's one of those kind of stupid things. It's like, he doesn't know better, but he does know better. And it gets to the point to where, like, I'm getting definitely ahead of myself, but it does get to the point where it's like, all right, at the end of the movie, I was rooting for him. I'm like, dude, just come be on the good side. But like I said, I'm getting ahead of myself. Here he comes. He just comes blasting through nowhere. It's like he already knew where Rocket was. And this is the part that got me, because I'm like, okay, like, I knew he was coming because they sent out the hit for him, but this is a little weird. You know what I'm saying? This is just, something was a little off about it. So basically, he gets into a fight with everyone. He breaks Mantis's arm. He's beating the hell out of Nebula, beat the hell out of Drax. I'm talking about bloody. So like, I'm talking about, the movie start off straight jacking. They not playing with each other. Like, we here for blood, we ain't here for blood. I'm here for the raccoon. You know what I'm saying? And so, long story short, Rocket gets very injured off of this fight, which this movie is like, okay, like we've seen, I mean, we saw Gamora die, but I don't think we've really seen the Guardians get hurt. And I'm like, this one showed us that they aren't like protected by their movie role. Like, I feel like the whole movie, I was like, okay, are you going to die? Are you going to die? Are you going to die? And I had a feeling that no one was going to die in the movie, but it had me on edge, y'all. It really did. It had me on edge. I was like, oh my God, is Rocket finna die? Oh my God, is Drax finna die? Oh my God, is so-and-so? You know what I'm saying? All of that. So I'm trying to get through this movie review. All right, so they get to the point, I guess they have this thing to where they can put on you. Like, all right, Nebula's not Nebula. What's her name? Mantis' arm gets broken, right? So they can put this thing, and it basically, I'm gonna get this. Let's just say it's this thing, and it like wraps around your arm, right? And it automatically just heals your broken arm, type shit, right? So they have that thing. They're like, it can heal anything. So Rocket is basically he's damaged right here. He's done for. They got his ass right here. He can barely breathe or anything. They put the thing on his chest to basically heal him, right? So this man starts foaming at the oh, they like, bro, what's going on with him? Like, take that thing, get it off of him right now. Get it off. So they basically run some tests on him. They're like, this dude has a kill switch. Like, basically Rocket's creator put a device on his heart to where he could stop it at any point in time that he wanted to. And this kill switch also made it to where the thing that healed them, it doesn't work. Nope, you ain't bringing this back to life unless we give you the bypass code or whatever. So basically the movie is, or the story is, let's go get the bypass code. You know what I'm saying? All right, because we got to save our friend. We got to save the Guardian. And that part, they said this was a tearjerker. Yeah, they didn't catch me. I think in one moment, they kind of almost got me. And I was like, oh, no, man, you almost got me. But nah, it ain't going to get me. But it was one of those moments that like, all right, let's go save our friend. We're going to get wherever the bypass code is. So this is where things start tying up together, though. All right, so what ends up happening is they cut to Adam Warlock, who also basically Nebula. I kind of cut this out, but I'll tell y'all. Nebula, they like I said, everybody was getting their ass kicked to the point where Nebula, put herself back together type shit. And she just comes stab her with her she got this new arm. Kind of, it looks like Bucky's arm, but it can do like anything you want it to do. But she basically used that thing to stab him. And he was like, well, that hurts. Falls over. And then they end up seeing, Kraglin ends up seeing him flying off in the distance. And he's like, well, that ain't good. I know he coming back. Okay, now that I said that, cuts to the scene. He's with Aisha, his mom, the gold lady from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that wanted to smash Peter. Y'all remember her. But basically, so it goes to them two, and it's back on the childish shit, like where she's, like I said, she's playing the mom role or whatever. But it ends up coming out that they were created by the same people that created Rocket. And I don't know why the name is slipping my mind right now. Oh man, that's gonna kill me. It's gonna hit me. But it's the same guy. It was the same guy who played the leader on Peacemaker, the leader, like the alien leader or whatever. He ended up playing the bad guy on this one. Why? It's like, I don't know why the Grandmaster's coming to my head. It's not the Grandmaster. The High Evolutionary. Sorry, I could not think of the name. The High Evolutionary, right? He created the Sovereign and he created Rocket. The Sovereign is the gold people. I hope I'm using the correct terminology right now. This is just a late night movie review, y'all. So I'm spoiling it a little bit, but I'm trying to tell y'all everything that happened. But yeah, he created the Sovereign. So that answers that question. And he actually sent them to go get Rocket. And he even asked her, he was like, why didn't you even tell me that you knew Rocket was still out here all of these years ago? Like, you met this man already, my invention, and you never said anything. They never even mentioned that they were even created. I look at them like, well, y'all are technically siblings, even though y'all aren't, but y'all were just created by the same person. Which is, it's like I said, this movie, it ties together so many things. He said he just got out. Derpy Entertainment, what did you think of the movie, bro? You gotta tell me what you think. And if I can ask a question, he said, I had a blast. Man, I'm telling you, like, it tie everything together? Like, it tied everything. Like, not that the series didn't make sense, but it's like, oh man, like, oh, this is like a complete saga. Like, and I love that for it. That's why I just had to get on here. I just had to speak about it. Such a great movie. I think my favorite one is still gonna be the first one, no matter what. But I like. I mean, two's okay. I think two had a lot of pretty colors in it. I could say that. It told a very important part of the story. But I think the third one is gonna be my second favorite. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's such a good overall movie. I like the fact that it wasn't as silly as some of the first two ones, or how silly they were in volume 2, and like in Infinity War and everything like that. I like that part about it, but it was so serious, but it had its little jokes. Let's see, Derpy Entertainment said it had the charm of the first but completely over the top creativity of volume 2. Perfect way of explaining it, bro. Perfect way of explaining it. Like, it had the charm. It completely, like, dude, this is. And at first it was like I was sitting there and I was like, okay, well, it started off like a little, not sad, but the first one, it started with the doom 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 doom, and it made you dance and everything. This one doesn't start off like that, y'all. It doesn't start off like that at all. It's serious, and it gets straight to the punch, and it's like, whoa, where are we going? Oh, we're going on a trip. And that's the cool part about it. So it shows. I was just explaining the part where it's like I was sitting there in my head. I'm like, okay, well, we knew Adam was coming, and then it shows the High Evolutionary and his role of creating the Sovereign and Rocket. And I like the fact that this movie, it really shows the backstory of Rocket, which we knew that was coming. The only thing that I can say that I hope and I wish that it would have showed, I wish it would have showed the moment that he met Groot. I felt like if anything was missing from the movie, it was only that part right there, which we got so many versions of Baby Groot. I mean, he's not Baby Groot anymore, y'all. Like, I was sitting there, I was so proud of my boy. Like, he's become a man. Like, and he's like still becoming more of a man every single day, and I love that for Groot. We've literally watched our little baby boy grow up. But I just wish that they showed everything. But after he escaped, I wish they would have showed the point of view of him meeting the original Groot. That would have made the whole movie to me. And see, Derby also said, and after seeing this film, because diehard DC guy, after this, I'm even more excited for James Gunn's vision for DC in 2025. Yet, I need Superman legacy film already. Oh man, he's gonna go over the top with the Superman movie. Like, he even did the movie. Man, don't kill me tonight, y'all. It's been a long day, but y'all know when he did the alternative Superman kid movie where Superman was evil. Oh, y'all gotta refresh my memory on the name of it. But that's such a good movie. Like, if he did that movie and it was good like that, now he's over the Superman movie, it's going over the top. He said also 100% most of that cast is coming to DC. Well, yeah, it seems like everybody but Peter, huh? Like, cause they were like, that's the only person that they guaranteed to come back. Star-Lord will return. He's on Earth now. Oops, sorry, spoiler alert. Hey, he's on Earth now. He said this film balances tones, which is what the most exciting part about the film. Oh, yes, definitely. That's why I said I think that's probably my favorite part about the film, is that it just brings everything full circle. Everything feels complete now. He said Chris Pratt booster gold. I said, just if anything, Chris Pratt just come over to Peacemaker. Like, be a character on Peacemaker. That would be awesome. Which, like, anything James Gunn touches is going to be gold. I don't care what he said in the past. I don't care what he said on Twitter. In Disney, you fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag because, like I said at the beginning of the video, this man made Marvel complete. Like, the Guardians made everything make sense from the get-go. Even when it came down to Thanos and his journey, that you wouldn't have that without the Guardians. Like, you wouldn't have it. Everything made sense, and I love that for the Guardians. He said, perfect as Booster, though, or Green Arrow. Ooh. Ooh, y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. Which one he'll be better, is Booster or Green Arrow, man? Y'all gotta let me know down in the comments. It's never too late to comment. So if you're watching this at a later date, let us know what you think. Like, oh man, that I didn't think about that. He would have to really commit to that role, though. I think Green Arrow would be cool, though. That's if I had to pick. Ooh, that's who I see. Oh man. I don't see him leaving though. You know he's gonna play Star-Lord. He's gonna be back. Some people think he's gonna come back, be an Avenger. I'm thinking it's a solo movie. It says Star-Lord will return. I think it says Star-Lord something else after that. So it's like it sounded like a movie title. So I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. Going back to the story. Like I said, they basically revealed the High Evolutionary is like, look, bring him to me. I need his brain. This cat is smart. Well, not cat. This raccoon is smart. I need that brain off of him. And you should have told me he was alive. So it's your responsibility. If you don't bring him back to me alive, I'm coming for you and your people. And your people would be destroyed. Which we find out in this movie that the High Evolutionary, hey, he don't play. He is on a mission. He is determined to make the perfect species. But it's like, even when we go in, like, okay, I'm skipping, but he goes in and he makes, Counter Earth, and you see Counter Earth has the same problems, if not worse, but the same problems as Earth. You're supposed to be making a society that is not violent at all, and you see like people beating each other, or not even people, animal like people beating other animal like humans up in the alleys, and just people, they're throwing rocks. My girlfriend was like, where did they get the rocks from? And I'm like, why are they throwing the rocks? You're supposed to be peaceful people. Some are, some are not. But that sounds like Earth, right? Not really counter Earth. It just seems like he wanted to play God. And nope, can't really play God, my guy. And I'm like, I was like, I wanted to take notes the whole time, but I'm like, I love this series. I love this saga. This is my Star Wars. You know, I'm just being real. Like, I was never, don't hate me for this comment, y'all. Don't hate me for the comment. I was never the hugest fan of Star Wars. I like it a little bit, but I never was the hugest fan. This felt like, and then especially this saga, this felt like my Star Wars. Like, from the first, second to third. Really more of the first than the third. The second one, like I said, is just more of a daddy story. But that's fine, because it still helps you complete the story. And then there's still Infinity War. It's still Endgame. There's still I Am the Groot series. There's still the holiday special. So it's like, this is a saga, dude. Like, seriously. He said, Derby said, bro, absolutely loved Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. That's his name. And I was like, I couldn't think of his name. I should have got my research together, y'all. What is wrong with me? Next time I'll do better for sure. Yes, I'm like, dude, he was so awesome. He played his goofy self. Like I said earlier, he was like a kid, but he's not a kid. Like, he's learning with it. Like, I told him about the scene where they're like, show him that we mean business. And like, all right, I got you, dude. Like I said, it just got to the point to where I was rooting for him. And spoiler alert, he is now a guardian of the galaxy, and I love that for him. I hope he returns back. I hope this is not the end that we see of Rocket. I hope this is not. Sorry, spoiler. Spoiler. I know I know what I have as the picture for the video, the thumbnail, and everything like that. That's just to kind of throw you off. That's it. A lot of people went into this movie expecting someone to die. No one died. I'm not even sure if the High Evolutionary is dead. That's the thing. And I like a movie like that. If you don't see the death, if you don't see it, don't believe it. Don't believe it, you know, because he might be still out there somewhere. But we're getting ahead. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I just wanted him to break down and do the TLC waterfalls. Oh man, Derpy Entertainment. You might have to remind me of the movie. What's the one when they pretend to be a family to get the money and everything. And oh man, I love that movie. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. Like they're in the RV and everything. Oh, he played his role, and I love that. It's like he didn't. Everyone, I ain't gonna say everyone. I was thinking to myself, how can we take him serious in the MCU role? The perfect role for him. They did it so perfectly. You know, like, hey, we got to give you flowers. We got to give the flowers to James Gunn because he sees everything so perfectly, and I love that he has this vision. I can't wait to see what he does with DC. You know, I'm a butcher his name, but I know who you're talking about, the High Evolutionary guy. I was looking at that in the credits, and I was reading his name, and I was like, is he African? Cause I can't say that. Chuck Woody Iwuji is, yeah, I'm gonna butcher that. As High Evolutionary, I'm gonna be real. Jonathan Major was a great ass King the Conqueror, but Chuck performance was better than Major's. Man, unpopular. This is not gonna be the most popular opinion. When I tell y'all, I kind of feel bad. He's Nigerian. Okay, I can rock with that. I can rock with anything that you are. You can be whatever. I'm not judging anybody. I just saw the name and I was like, I knew you're from Peacemaker and I knew you were playing this role. I probably heard your name. I've never had to use your name, nor did I ever see the spelling. I'm like, wait a minute. How do you say that? How do you say that name? But yes, oh my gosh, man. And like for a second there, because he was bonding with Rocket. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's not going to be such a bad guy. Like he was sitting there, he was teaching Rocket. Rocket's like, what's that? That's the sky. Well, what's that? That's a rocket. Well, what's that? And it's like they had this bonding moment. Like he's like, I made you, so I'm just teaching you. They said the man joked about someone crying. Like, come on. Oh. Oh man, I'm talking about when they killed Lila. Like, oh my gosh, dude, like he played that role. He went from almost making me like him to like, oh my gosh, dude, like. But it's like I will say that kind of threw me off a little bit because it really went from, oh, we're good, like I'm you know, I made you cool, you know, I made you, everything was good. And what shocked him was he was basically he was making the creatures. You had Rocket, and he felt like Rocket was cool, but he wanted to make it a little bit better. So every time he tried to make the more better creature, it was just violent. We talked about this a little bit. It was very, very violent. And Rocket's like, well, why don't you do this? I can't wait for the subtitles. I can't wait because I need to know every scientific terminology that Rocket said because I'm like, dude, where are the subtitles? I need those. I need to know what you said. But he's like, why don't you just try this, try that, and, you know, and you should be good. He tried it, and he came back on some drunk I'm trying not to cuss, but I know I'm gonna probably end up cussing. I'm trying my best to stop cussing on YouTube so we can start doing good on here. But he came back on that drunk stuff, like, hey, where is he? Where is he? Nah. Oh, there you is. Come here. And he's mad because he's like, how did you know? How did you know to do that? Like, first of all, I made you. I didn't even know to do that. How did you know to do that? And it worked. He said, F you, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. F you, YouTube. But I'm trying to get paid. Please do not demonetize me, even though I'm not monetized yet. So I just wanted to get to the point to where when I do get monetized, don't take me off YouTube. We're trying to keep these videos up, you know. But we got to do the hard work right now. So this is even the hard work. I'm trying to learn how to not cuss on YouTube. So bear with me, y'all. Thank y'all so much for even tuning in tonight. Thank y'all. If you haven't, sub to the channel. If I haven't said it, like the video. That helps me out so much. We're just trying to grow the channel. And this is our first movie review. And I almost didn't do it. But I was like, you know what? This is a part, like I said, we're trying different things. We're trying gaming on the channel. I know I want to do movie reviews. My plan is, I used to have a green screen. Maybe I need to get the green screen and we can actually make a video and everything like that one day. But man, I just said, you know what, we're just gonna hop on the live. We're just gonna talk about it. If we can get some people in here, that would be awesome. So thank you so much, even Derpy Entertainment, for all your comments, for just sitting here talking to me tonight about the movie. Because it's one thing to go and enjoy the movie, but it's also awesome just to be able to talk to people about a movie that you really like. So, like, I love that. Thank you so much. He says, nah, I'm joking. I love you, YouTube. Don't ban me or take channel down. We love you. We love you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for giving us an opportunity, for real. But yeah, like, that was the only thing that I was like, I feel like it went so quick from, yeah, like, this is that, this is, you know, we're gonna do good. But I guess that was a part of the role that he was playing. He was like, you're smart enough to really figure out what was missing and what I was doing wrong, but you couldn't figure out that I wasn't gonna take you with me. Oh man, like, I almost liked you, dude. I almost liked you, like, this close. You were so close to making me like you. But yeah, we're going. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna knock my my light down. He said, thank you, YouTube, for the useless ads. Thank you. Even though those ads get people paid, so when my video get those useless ads, hey, YouTube, hey, I ain't mad at you, you know. But yeah, going back to the story, man, it was like, okay, so we're going back from flashbacks to real life. So basically, like I said, their mission, we gotta save our friend. We need to find the overpass. So they're basically, and like I said, y'all, I should have took notes. Maybe I'll go back and watch it again. I'll make an actual breakdown video. That'll be my next video goal, right? Where I can actually tell you actual names and everything. But basically, Nebula calls her sister, but don't tell Peter that, because they're just like, okay, well, we gotta go do this. The High Evolutionary is like, hey, I'm gonna send Adam Warlock and your mama, but they like, that's just the decoy. That's just in case that I mess up, we gonna send them. But I know where they finna go to. So basically, they got their own plan, you know. I know y'all finna come here and y'all finna try to get this code so y'all can actually save your boy life. I know that. So they do that. And everybody, they set out on their mission. Kraglin and Cosmo the dog. It's just the running joke. It's just the running joke. The whole movie, you're a bad dog. Take it back. Why would you say that? Like, that's offensive. That's like saying the N-word. Don't do that. That's like saying the F-bomb. Don't do that. Like, that was the running joke. I loved it, though. I loved it because it actually ended up paying off in the end. So that was pretty cool of them. And basically they set off to get the code. I think Nebula ends up calling Gamora. Well, they just see the Ravagers coming for them. They're like, hold up, wait a minute, we ain't do nothing wrong. What are y'all doing? Don't do this, don't do that. Till they find out Gamora is with the Ravagers now. And she is not messing with your boy Peter at all. Like, get out my face, little ugly dude. That's the kind of energy she on. Get out my face. I ain't finna give you no hug. You better go somewhere. I don't know you like that, boy. You knew other girl. That wasn't me. And she played her role so well, from watching her and Peter basically fall in love. She's more ruthless than when we met her. I'm like, well, shit. When we met her, she was eating a little fruit. What's up? How you doing? You know, I'm going to play you, kick you in your chest. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But she played that role so well to this one, because she like, well, I'm daughter of Thanos. I ain't messing with you. You better get yourself on, little ugly dude. Like, that, I keep saying that, but that's really how it felt. Like, she ain't messing with your boy no more. And basically she said, hey, I only pulled up for the 100K units that you said that you was gonna give me, Nebula. And then Peter like, damn, that's the only reason you pulled up. Like, whatever, like, that's cool, you know. But he is, you can see it in his eyes, he's just happy to see her. And I like this movie too because it didn't give us what we wanted. It didn't just be like, okay, well, let's get back together. You would think after everything they went through that was close. And even when like at the end of the movie they were going like their separate ways, you can kind of tell that she was like, you know, I think she said it, she was like, I bet y'all had fun. And even Peter said it, it was true. He said, you wouldn't believe it. Cause she literally, you wouldn't believe it until now that you see everything that we've gone through, and we're a family. But you wouldn't believe it if I told you how much fun that we had as Guardians of the Galaxy, and how much of a family. And it got to the point, because it was at the beginning of the movie, she was an a-hole, bro. She was like, oh, I'm in the movie like, you know what? She can go. We don't need her no more, y'all. She can roll. Like we don't need that no more. Like the energy that she was bringing, like I said, she was on some get the out my face, little dude. Like I don't even know y'all. Like we a family. Who is y'all? And that's the part that I do like about the Guardians, that they never switched up on her. They like, look, we know that she ain't rocking with us, but you are family. And I think you do need to understand that Rocket is our family, and he's important to us. Like he's important to you, whether you know it or not. And this is to save him. So no matter how much you hate us and you don't want to rock with us or nothing like that, you rocking with us, and we're gonna show you why you rocking with us. So I think she definitely learns that lesson by the end of the movie. Going back to the story, they team up with Gamora, and the Ravengers, but the Ravengers like, we ain't got nothing to do with this. Gamora's just gonna help you get through it, and then she out. So basically, they put on the spacesuits. They got to break into it's the High Evolutionaries. Let's just say it's his headquarters where all the information is stored. So they're like, okay, well, the code to save Rocket should be in here. And they go in on some, Peter's like, all right, I got this. I'm a charm people and everything. Well, when they get in there, and you know how it goes, Mantis and Drax are just effing up everywhere. It doesn't matter what's going on. They're gonna find a way to bring the comedy. I was just hoping, like, y'all need to go ahead and kiss or something. Like, y'all is so cute. Like, y'all need to go ahead, man. Like, y'all doing too much. Like, y'all always did too much. Y'all calling each other ugly and everything. Like, go ahead and hook up, cause y'all doing too much, But I think Mantis ends up like throwing out their spacesuits once they get in. Drax is just messing up the plan as always, because he can't really be sarcastic. He can't really lie. He doesn't know the difference. He can't tell analogies. He can't tell metaphors or anything like that. That's also, another joke that's in the movie and everything. But he's trying. And I think it was not a rebrand of the character, but it was really just showing like, hey, you're labeled as a destroyer. You don't have to be a destroyer, dude. Like, you can be anything you want to be. Look, spoiler alert again. At the end of the movie, Drax is dancing. Like, I was like, they don't even understand how important that is. Like, the dude who said, like, dancing is for imbeciles. Dancing is for the weak. Like, we are warriors. Why would we dance? The guys, like, hey, like, it's such a full circle film. It shows everything coming back around, and I love that. I love that about this film. I don't know, man. I might end up changing my opinion on which one's the best film. I might end up changing my opinion. I think Derpy Entertainment said it the best. Like, it had the complete charm of the first film, but it had all the beautifulness of the second film. And it made the perfect third film. It really did. But basically, they got to get this code. They end up getting caught, right? They got to find a way to get out of this sticky situation. And Peter basically tries to charm the people in there, but Gamora's like, we ain't got to do this shit. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to make a swear jar, man. I'm gonna have to make a swear jar. When I cuss, I gotta do something for the channel. We gotta give away something or something. But yeah, Gamora's like, hey, we ain't finna go for this. Get out. Boom. boom, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, she ain't really going for it. But Peter trying to show her, hey, I got that charm, girl. Like, you ain't got to do all that. But she just not falling for the games at all. Like, she's a warrior. She ain't with that, you know? And, basically, I will say the charm actually helped them get off of the planet because they end up getting the information that they need, or so they thought that they needed, but it wasn't exactly what they needed. So, long story short, I have to let y'all watch the movie to actually see the full details. But they get what they think is the information that they need. They're like, dang, the code is not on here. The code was erased earlier today by this guy that Peter actually ended up bumping into. The guy that he bumped into was like the head, the High Evolutionary's right hand man or whatever. At least so that's the vibe that I got from him. Like he's the what would you call him? Not the little sidekick villain or whatever. You got Captain Hook and you got Mr. Shmee. Like he's the Mr. Shmee of the High Evolutionary and everything like that. So yeah, man, he's like, okay, they're like, okay, well, he has this little thing. You got like, you know how like when Raditz and them came to get Kakarot or Goku or whatever, and they had the little, I can tell your power level is over 10,000, that kind of stuff like that. He had one of those on the side of his face. I guess they collected knowledge or whatever. So they looking at the picture of him, they like, you know what? If we get that, we got everything that we need, because he the one that just erased it. So we can figure out what we need to do. So they're like, all right, cool. Where is he at? Oh, he's on Counter Earth. Let's go to Counter Earth then. You know what I'm saying? So they go to Counter Earth. They head to Counter Earth and they land. Okay, and like I said, there's so many funny moments in the movie, but it's serious at the same time. And like I said, this is basically the journey. The journey is to save Rocket's life, but they just need a code. And they run into so many problems just trying to get a code. And it's a trick, and they knew it was a trick. They acknowledged that it was a trick as well. But Peter's like, it's not a trick. If I know that it's a trick, that just makes it a face off when I get there. And they basically get there, and it's a trick. But like he said, it's not a trick. If you know that it's a trick, it's now a face-off. But we'll get to that. Because basically, after they get off of the headquarters planet, Gamora's like, hey, take me home. They like, look, we ain't got time to take you home. You riding with us. She like, no, I'm not. I'm not riding with y'all. I don't mess with y'all. And basically, like, her and Peter get into a fight and everything like that. Cause she like, I'm going with the Ravagers. He like, bruh, you not even a Ravager. I'm a Ravager. You just now claiming to be that. Like, and you trying to be all these things that you're really not. And you just can't be the one thing that we all know that you are. And it's a part of this family. And that's crazy. We know that you don't know us like that. But it's like, dude, like, just ride with us. Just ride with us. Anyway, though, Gamora, like, they ended up, okay. Gamora just basically ends up giving up the location to where she at. Apparently, she doesn't know that she's giving up the information to the bad guys. She thinks she's giving it to the Ravagers, but she gives it up to the bad guys. Okay. So the bad guys are now on their way to Counter Earth. The bad guys, well, not the bad guys, Adam Warlock and Aisha. So when they see that they're on Counter Earth, they're like, okay, look, we gotta go. And even though the High Evolutionary is here already, we need to go and get Rocket, because we need to be the one turning him in. Because if we turn him in, at least you not going to exterminate our species. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us be the ones to be the good guys, not you. So that's their plan. The Guardians' plan is to get the code from the guy, the right-hand man of the High Evolutionary, which the High Evolutionary already expected them to come. And that's everybody's plan. So they land on Counter Earth. When you get on Counter Earth, and this is what I was saying earlier, it's just like Earth, except it has a Statue of Liberty, but it's the High Evolutionary holding a monkey, and it's basically it's imitation Earth. It's a great value Earth. It's a Walmart brand, Target brand, Walgreens brand. It's a Walgreens Earth basically. Like it's not the real Earth, but it's a Earth. I guess you can live on there if you wanted to. Um, it's a good thing to think about because it makes you sit there and think like, man, like, could somebody really do this and make it seem like they're running everything, but they're really not running anything? And I don't know if he was trying to make us think like that, but definitely it ran across my mind. Like, okay, this is a little tricky. This is a little tricky, man. These people really believe in this person. But like I said, they land on Earth. They're trying to be friends with the people. The little girl, I know y'all seen this on the trailers. The little girl passes Drax the ball. He catches it. He tries to just throw it back at the girl, but bloop. They're like, no, 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 no. Grabbing the rocks and everything, throwing them at him and all that kind of fun stuff and everything. It just ends on bad terms right there until they find this one nice lady that Peter's nice to. That he's like, hey, like, come on, like, let me show you that we're good people. But they speak this language that nobody knows. He said, I'm gonna need a Chris Pratt as Booster Gold ASAP after this. Hey, man. At James Gunn, he might do it for you. He probably really might do it for you. You never know. You never know, man. You never know. I'm excited. I'm definitely very, very excited to see what he does with the how about to say the MCU, the DCEU. I think that's what they're going to be calling it now. I'm very excited. It can go so many different ways. 2025 is too long of a time though. I am excited to see the new Flash movie. I'm not sure if you saw the trailer before your movie, but I saw it before mine. And I mean, the rumors are it's supposed to be the greatest superhero movie ever. Oh, it's just DCU? Where am I getting? Was it the old one, the DCEU? It's just DCU. Hey, it works. I think that rolls off the tongue a little bit better. I'm excited though. I'm excited for just another season of Peacemaker, bro. Like, when is that coming back around? Have they shot that? John Cena, I need you to come on. You've been shooting Fast and the Furious 10. I saw you in a little clip. I need a Peacemaker. That's what I really need. But excited to see Flash as well. I might go see Flash just so we can get on here and talk about it as well. But I want to know what the hype is about. I want to know. But yeah, they're on Counter Earth. They get some people to help them. They're like, all right, look, Groot, Peter. He said, even see half the announcement vision. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Unpopular opinion. I don't think it's my fault though. I didn't really like DC. You said that James. No, I didn't see it though. Maybe I should go and see it because I like what James Gunn does, but I didn't see that. But DC, I mean, I got my movies that I do like out of it, but it's like overall, people gonna hate me for this. They gonna hate me for this, but I don't mean it's out of a bad place. I feel like everything that I'm about to say can be understood, but if not, I apologize. But I feel like in some ways though, it wasn't as entertaining. Now I say that because people will be like, well, look where Marvel's going. Marvel had his moment. Phase 4. Oh my gosh. Whew. What was good out of Phase 4? Black Panther 2. If that. Don't cancel me, y'all. Don't cancel me. I'm just saying. It was a very tough phase. Phase 5, for this to be a part of Phase 5. I mean, because you kind of go into a Marvel movie now and you're like, well, hope it ain't on that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Me, I do like some of the TV shows, but a lot of people don't like the TV shows. But that's why I am excited to see where the DCU goes, because I wasn't a fan. I really wasn't a fan. But I was like, don't blame me for that. I feel like a lot of people weren't, and they're going to try to make people fans. So, hey, I'm at the table that says, "Hey, change my mind." Like straight up, change my mind. He said you should watch it now on stream, LOL, or after this review live with new stream because his vision is pretty good. Like I said, I think I've just heard more things about it, but I haven't watched it. I will. I'll watch it definitely, and we never know. We might can get on here. It might be a live review. I might do it like that and everything. So we can definitely see what his plan is. I'm excited no matter what. Just for having James Gunn's name on it. Trust me, that's enough for me. You already sold me on it. Like, I'm down for it, man. But I hope nobody hates me for that opinion. Like I said, that opinion is only solely based off of some pretty dark movies. Like, I think that was another thing about it, and it wasn't catching my attention. Like, I grew up, of course, I watched the Batman movies. Of course, I've seen the Superman movies. Of course, I've seen Justice League. It was a little bit all over the place in some spots. Even when it came to Suicide Squad and everything like that with the different Jokers and all, it has. I think we can at least say that it's been a little bit of a mess. Can we at least agree on that? And if he can find a way to just bring us all back together, because who doesn't like Superman? Who doesn't like Batman? There's so many other characters other than those guys as well. But I think they kind of did a lot of it a little bit wrong, you know? Going back to the Guardians, though. We got to go back to the Guardians. I got to get through this movie review. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything to talk about as well, guys. If you do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. We're going to talk about it. But basically, Peter and Groot and Nebula are like, all right, well, we're going to see the High Evolutionary. Mantis and Drax, you stay here. Gamora's on the ship. Rocket's on the ship because he can't really do anything. He's dying, you know? And they're like, make sure you stay here. Make sure the ship is good. Make sure Rocket is good. Basically, when Peter and Groot and Nebula get to the High Evolutionary, they tell Nebula, well, you're not allowed in. We have a no weapons policy. Your arm is a weapon. We can't let you in. Groot and Peter, y'all are good. Y'all come on in. He's expecting you. The High Evolutionary is expecting you. Which they're like, we said it was a trap. It's not a trap. We know it's a trap. So it's not a trap. It's a face-off. Back at the ship, Drax is like, I got a bad feeling. He steals a motorcycle, and Mantis is like, what are you doing? They told us to stay here. He's like, this is so dumb. They have some of the dumbest jokes, man. He's like, I'm going to drive the motorcycle to the ship. The ship that's right here behind us? Yeah, of course. Okay. And then her dumb ass hops on the back of the motorcycle and just like, you liar. Like, of course he lied. Like, what? Y'all are the most gullible people of the galaxy. Like, is that what we're doing? Oh, man. But still, I mean, like, those characters. And I think that's another major part that I haven't talked about. That's another major part of everyone's characteristic or character trait is tested in this movie. From Drax being the stupid one, and they call him out on being stupid, but they're at the end of it, it's like, dude, you're not the stupid one, and I'm sorry that we said that. Mantis, you're always messing everything up, but you're not the one who always messes everything up. You help us understand people all the time. Nebula is the mean one. I feel like Nebula came off so super mean in this movie. Like, she was just with it this movie. Like, I was like, gosh, like, I'm kind of like, I don't even want to be around you. I thought you kind of softened up a little bit. But, nah, she is on 10 in this movie. She is like, shut the F up. Like, y'all are doing too much. Y'all are worse than some kids. To the point where she's like, all right, well, you know what? I am a little harsh. Maybe I do need to work on that. And I need to work on actually running things a little bit. You can't run things if you're being an a-hole all the time. You know, like, you can't really do it. Like I said, everyone's character trait is tested in this movie. But it brings it back full circle, you know? And I love that. I love it, guys. But, yeah, so basically, they walk into the trap, you know, That's not a trap. I'm gonna keep saying it. But they walk into it, and man, I'm losing. I'm trying to make sure I can. It's like it's there in my head. I can always just replay it in my head, right? Now we have Peter and Groot inside of the main headquarters on Counter Earth of the High Evolutionary. You have Nebula waiting outside because she's technically a weapon. You have Drax and Mantis on the way, even though they're not supposed to be on the way. And then you have Gamora on the ship. When she starts going through some things, she starts seeing like these people are just really family oriented. Like, I'm thinking of these people as bad people, and they're really not bad people. But she's not going to admit that and everything. But she does recognize that she's like, man, she looks at Rocket like, you must be some important pet for these people to care about you like this. But ha ha ha, the joke's on you, Gamora. He's not a pet, he's family. And that's what the Guardians movie is about, family. It's always been about family, right? So she's learning, she's seeing again that, hey, like, this is, we can see the family, you know, and why you're so important to us. To the point where now Adam Warlock is coming again, and it isn't Adam that ends up getting to Rocket. It's one of the creations by the High Evolutionary that gets to Rocket, right? He's gotten a rocket, and she like, drop the hamster. I'm like, what are you doing? And that's the thing too. I think another full story from the beginning is like, don't call me this. Don't call me raccoon. Don't call me vermin. Don't call me this or that or whatever. Because he's like, I'm not any of those. There's nothing like me. Just to come out to the fact that yes, Rocket is a raccoon. He's a raccoon, guys. He's a trash panda. No, I'm just playing. I don't want to call him a trash panda. But, I mean, probably can. He's a raccoon, seriously, though. And I love the fact that at the end of the movie, he ends up saying, my name is Rocket Raccoon. Like, and he gets his full comic book name. I love that. I love it. Let's see. Where did I stop off at? Okay, so yeah, one of the High Evolutionaries' pets basically ends up getting Rocket. Gamora's fighting for their life, and when he says that he has Rocket, they're like, all right, let's take off. And basically they find out the headquarters that they are in is a ship, right? And so what basically Peter and Groot were inside, and they don't fall for the trick. I know I'm jumping around, but I'm trying to get y'all the points of views from everywhere, right? So they're on the ship. And they basically try to attack the High Evolutionary, who has these gravity powers to where he can control. You think you coming for me? And I'm basically, you know what I'm saying? You gonna sit your ass down somewhere when he point his finger somewhere. And honestly, he said that he basically gave himself this power because when Rocket was escaping, when he was a little baby Rocket. Okay, maybe I should wait. Or should I tell this part now? Basically, Rocket had friends when they were locked up. It was experience. It was experiments that the High Evolutionary was working on, right? And there was Lila, there was Tease, because he has a lot of teeth, you know. And you had Floor, because she's lying on the floor. That was my thing. It was like, all right, you had 4 animals that were tested on. 2 of them had bad brains. 2 of them had Rocket had a really good brain. Really, really smart. Lila seemed like she was pretty much there. But those other 2, Teeps and Floor, where did y'all get a brain from? Sheesh. But maybe that was just a part of it. But he had his friends. And when basically he helped the High Evolutionary figure out how to fix his rage problem of the new species that he was working on, they were like, well, I'm going to have to take your brain. You know, I'm going to have to take your brain, and the rest of them, we're going to just incinerate them. They're gone. We're going to kill them in the morning. So Rocket was like, hey, he got back to the cage. We got to go, y'all. They are going to kill us in the morning. They're going to kill us. Yes, they're going to kill y'all. We have to go right now. And he basically, he shows why he was picking up little pieces. He used to like this, he likes to steal things and everything. And he was basically getting parts that he needed to make his own invention. He was always that smart enough to do that. And so he did that. And he makes a swipe card to get out of his cage. He gets out of his and he swipes for Lila's cage to be unlocked. And he basically like, we're going to escape together. And he swipes it. She walks out of the cage and all you hear is boom. When I tell y'all, that is the only part. Ooh, I'm about to think about it right now. Oh, man. When I tell y'all, that is the only part that almost got me, bro. That is the only part because I was like, no. I was expecting a love story between them as well. Oh, no. We don't really get a love story. I mean, we get a story of friendship, this is still fine. But, man, the high evolutionary shot Lila. And that's when he just he let off the scream. Then the high evolutionary made fun of his scream, which made me be like, this freaking jerk, bro. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it made me so mad. Like I said, it's such a great film to make you love characters and then make you be like, you know what? I don't love you no more. Like, what is going on? Or you may think you might like him, or he's not so bad of a guy. No, he's a bad guy. And it basically, he goes crazy. He jumps on a high evolutionary and just use scratch attack, all that, man. Like, he got him real good. And that's why if you see from the trailers, his face is like peeled back on him. Rocket, he messed that face up, bro. I'm talking about he messed it up. Ooh, they showed it at the end. Like, it was, I can't even show it. Like, it was bad, bro. It was really, really bad. Like, Rocket, Rocket, use slash, like all that, like all that, bro. And that's why I'm getting to the point of the high evolutionary gave himself these powers of gravity to push people away. Because he said, hey, ain't nobody else ever going to get this close to me. You thought, all right, all right, that's cool. We're going to see if somebody tried again. You got me that first time. Fool me once, shame on me. I mean, no, shame on you. All right, start it over, y'all. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You fool me once, you can't get shamed again, right? Hey, that's how I go, man. For real though, you ain't getting me twice at all. And that's life. That's life. You've never heard that? That's just real life. But yeah, I had to explain all of that so y'all can understand why he has these powers. So he uses his powers to basically push Peter and Groot away. But it was just far enough for him to go ahead and walk away, for them to be like, oh, you thought our plan failed. No, here's the real plan. Boom, Groot, pull him out. And Groot, I love it. Groot he's Rocket's kid. He's Rocket's kid. Even though he's the original Groot's kid, your baby Rocket, he pulls out all the guns from everywhere. He pulls out all these limbs from the back, all that. I love it, bro. I love to see it, bro. Like I said, there's so many versions of Groot in this movie. Even at the end of the movie, there's like this monstrous Groot. Even like when they first got on Counter Earth, they told him to go like Godzilla. He just like all that. Like he's still the goofy baby Groot, but he's growing up, and it's like we got to see him grow up, and I love that, man. Like, y'all gotta see it, man. Y'all gotta see it. Like, it's such a beautiful film franchise. Like, I had to just get on here. I had to tell y'all my experience. Like, I think it's just such a beautiful series at this point. But I'm trying to get to I'm trying to get to the point of the whole movie. I feel like I've explained it all, but we're getting there. So basically, they start destroying the ship. They also have contacted Kraglin at this point. because they're like, hey, look, we're going to need your help. But I'm going to get to that in a second. Right now, we're focusing on, okay, how do we get off of the high evolutionary ship? Because we see the dude that we need. The dude is like, no, 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 please spare my life, spare me. They're like, hey, okay, cool. He's like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, we were just saving you for when we really need you. Now we just gonna push your ass off of this motherfucking ledge. I gotta add it to the swear jar. I gotta add money to the swear jar. I'm sorry, y'all. But pushed him off the ledge, and he's like, what are you doing? We're both gonna die. No, we're not gonna die, because here come Groot right behind me, and Groot basically is diving down. He catches Peter, and Groot grows his little glider wings, and I'm like, dude, like, it's so many versions of Groot. Y'all gotta be just doing this just to sell toys, right? Like, it's so many different versions of Groot, and I love that for him. But basically, Groot saves the day, saves Peter, and they do it so he barely, like, all right, we're gonna drop this dude on the ground, so he's dead, but we ain't dead, you know? And that's basically what they do. Kill old boy, get the little, get the reader off of his little thing, and off of his face, and at the same time, when the high evolutionary was pulling his ship up off the ground, they were like, okay, well, I got a new species that I'm working on, and it's even better than this one that I put on Counter Earth. The dude just starts blowing up Counter Earth like a bomb was inside. What is this, Steven Universe? Like what is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, he starts blowing up his own creation, and that's another part that the Guardians are like, we can't rock with this, dude. Like, even if you created them or not, like, you are blowing up innocent people. These are nice people. Rocket was, when they saw what the high evolutionary did to Rocket, it pissed Peter and them off so much, because the high evolutionary was like, what is your beef with me? I saw what you did to my friend, bro. Like, they saw it on video. I saw what you did to Rocket. We ain't messing with you, bro. Like, at all. We don't care how nice that you seem in the media. We don't care what they say about you. We know what's up with you. And when we know what's up with you, we came here for blood and to save our friend. Straight up like that. And we ain't come here to be nice with you. And I respect them for that. Because they could have just played it like they didn't see that stuff. They said what happened to him was worse than anything that Thanos did to Nebula. Imagine what that is saying. We already thought that she had it bad. They like, no, bro. No. This raccoon had it the worst out of any of them. Peter was abducted. Nebula was worked on. Gamora and Nebula were taken from their family. Drax lost his family. Groot died, became Baby Groot. So now Baby Groot ain't really lost nothing, you know, but he just ain't got his real father figure there. But man, like, it was to know that he had it the worst, and that's probably why he was so tough on everybody, pushed everybody away and everything. He had it bad. Like, you got it bad when you're all alone. Oh, hey, I know that ain't the lyrics, but that's how he felt. That's how he felt, real talk. And so basically, like I said, now they got the information that they need, and they go to save Rocket, correct? I'm skipping some stuff, but I'll let y'all watch the movie. And if y'all have any questions, I'll let y'all ask. I'm just getting to the main points at this point. I will say, Adam Warlock, you know, he came back again. He was on the planet. He's like, Mom, you know, like, I gotta go save my mom. Aisha dies. You know, that's why I'm like, and I'm right at this point, I'm like, dude, he killed your mom on this planet. Just become a good guy at this point. I think they end up getting them. They end up just strapping them down. But they're like, all right, let's go save Rocket, you know? So they go to save Rocket. They're waiting on the code to go through, and we get the next, well, not flashback, but like, I guess it's nothing but white light. He's going into the light, and he sees Lila come out. He sees Teeth come out. I don't think I mentioned how Teeth and Floor got shot when he was trying to escape, and he was scratching up the dude face, or the high evolutionary face, right? So what ended up happening was some more guards came out, and they started shooting at Rocket after he did that. And they didn't hit Rocket, but they definitely hit Teeth, and they hit Floor. and they're going too. But when he's in a white light, he sees Lila, and he just like he breaks down, and they're like, "Well, they said the sky was beautiful, and we've been just flying with our friends to see the sky," and and here comes Teefs and here comes Floor out and everything like that. And it's a beautiful moment. And he's like, "Well, can I fly with you guys?" And they're like, "Of course you can fly with us." And he basically dies right there on the table. He walks into the light until Lila's like, "Hold on, partner. Stop what you're doing. Hold it up." You know what I'm saying? And you can fly with us, just not right now. Not right now. It's not your time. Because at this point, Peter, like I said, he died. He died on the table. Peter, y'all saw the trailer. Y'all saw it. He is in distraught. Like that boy was hurt. Like, and then I love the fact that he labeled him his best friend, and Drax is like second best friend. I like the fact. I mean, they're family, but they're like, no, we're best friends now. And it really was going from, if you remember in the second film, because he was like, Peter's like, dude, is your goal to push everyone away? Like, what is your problem? So from seeing them go from that to, this is my best friend. What do y'all like? We're not losing him, you know. Full circle, man. Full circle. Like I love this film, man. I think it might be my favorite one. It might be. I don't know. The first one, you can't beat the first one. How they met and everything. But this is it's right there with it. Man, it's right there with it. But basically, when Lila's like, "Hold on, partner, it ain't your time yet," he comes back to life. And then it's like when he comes back to life, it's like they get the code to actually bring him or to turn off the kill switch or whatever. So the kill switch is now off. They can heal him. They put the little device on his chest. They heal him. He's back to life. In the meantime, Drax, Nebula, and Mantis have entered the high evolutionary ship, thinking that Groot and Peter are still on the ship, right? No, they're not on the ship. They got picked up by Gamora and Rocket, and that's how they end up fixing it. So they're like, "Where you at? Where you at? We on the ship looking for you." We just say Rocket. You hear him? Yeah, he's right here. You know what I'm saying? And now that becomes the next part of the mission. We gotta get y'all off of the ship. And then on the ship, they got little kids on the ship. That's basically the new race that the High Evolutionary is making and wants to make a planet for, which is why he is destroying this planet of Counter Earth. And he also has the animals that he's been experimenting on here, and it's a lot of things on the ship that he's just been working on. So this is when I said Kraglin and Cosmo come in, and the running joke, like I said, it was, "Oh, you were a bad dog," until it was time to be a good dog, because Cosmo has these what's it called, what is it? I cannot think. Well, she can move things with her mind and everything. Kraglin thing was he's been trying to move Yondo's arrow, but we all know that you got to use your heart. I knew that you had to use your heart. Why wasn't he using the heart from the get-go? You know, he kept on almost killing people with that arrow until he finally had to use it for the greater good. Basically, they send the head of nowhere through a huge portal. They're using the blasters that come out of the eye to attack the high evolutionary ship. They gotta get their family up off of the ship and everything. And like I said, long story short, that's pretty much the last little act. They're like, okay, how do we get off of this ship? Okay, it's a bunch of monsters on here, and it basically just comes down to the point where they're like, all right, look, if you want to survive, the High Evolutionary is crazy. The ship is basically falling apart. He doesn't care. Only thing that he wants is the brain of Rocket, and that's the only thing that he sees, because he's like, this brain is smarter than my brain. So they're basically like, even the people who work for the High Evolutionary end up turning on him. They end up pointing the guns at him, because they like, dude, we running this now. You tripping. He kills them. Even when Peter runs into people who weren't turning against him, they're like, look, You can kill me, but you're not gonna make it off of this ship. And they like, you know what? I think this is our only way off the ship. I think we need to follow him. And that's pretty much the last act. Is Rocket's now back. Rocket's on the ship of the High Evolutionary. Rocket ends up going and finding the animals on the ship, and he sees the cage of raccoons, and it says it on there, like he's like, it's from whatever planet, and it says at the bottom the type raccoon. So it's like him coming to terms with, man, these people have been calling me a raccoon, and I keep saying I'm not a raccoon. But guess what? You are Rocket Raccoon. You are indeed a raccoon. Like, don't fight it any longer, bro. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Full circle, bro. Straight up full circle. This movie, it brought everything back together. It felt like even the bond of Gamora and them became better. The character traits, everything came out perfectly. Everybody got their answer. I guess at the end of it, I'm kind of skipping some stuff, but it's like, y'all gotta go watch the movie. I know I've spoiled a lot, but they end up saving the day. No one dies. Peter goes back to Earth. And basically the end of it is just like, hey, we're done. We're done. Not like we're done, but Peter's like, you know what? I've been running from a lot of different things. My mother died. I've been running since I was 8. I got my grandpa on Earth. I want to go see him. Nebula is like, you know what? I've been an asshole for how long? Like, I think I need to be running the planet. I've been an asshole to y'all. Like, let me stop doing that. What's her name? Mantis is like, well, I followed Ego my whole life, and after that, I just followed the Guardians. I think it's time for me to make my own story. So she wants to go do that. Drax is like, hey, Mantis, I'll follow you. I was hoping for the couple. I was hoping, but she's like, no. Like, what do you mean? That's the whole point of me going to do my own thing. Until Nebula's like, Drax, I really need you here on the planet, because Drax, he really bonded with the kids that were on the ship. And she was like, I don't think you were meant to be a destroyer. I think you were meant to be a dad. And she ended up admitting that she was very wrong about Drax and calling him stupid and all this other stuff. Like, very full circle moment of coming together. Like, it was so beautiful to see, to the point to where Rocket's like, oh, so we're breaking up? The whole band is leaving? They're like, no, we're not breaking up, but we just gotta do this. But it's still, it's still gonna be Rocket and Groot no matter what. And the final team ends up becoming Rocket, Groot, Kraglin, Cosmo the dog, Adam Warlock, and one of the perfect kids that the High Evolutionary created. So, and all y'all should see Groot. Groot has even a new form. Like, oh my gosh, that Groot. His daddy was skinny, man. This Groot is a monster. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I hope they bring back the Guardians again, so we can at least see the evolution of Groot and everybody else. But who knows? Who knows? They say we won't see this version of the Guardians again. But that is the new team. Peter goes back and sees his grandpa. It's a full circle moment on that. Gamora, basically, you can see it in her face. Like I said, she was like, I bet y'all had fun. And he's like, you wouldn't believe it, like, straight up. But you can tell Gamora, she wants to join the family again, but she has her own family with the Ravengers, and they treat her like family, which is such a beautiful thing as well. So I'm glad that we didn't get the Peter and Gamora back together storyline. I'm glad it was. I'm glad it was. Hey, everybody has their own new story now. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I hope that y'all enjoy the movie. I think I've spoiled definitely enough. But look, we're still here. Please, if you're still here, I want to thank you for taking the time to hear my spoiler review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know some things that you do want to know about the movie. If you do want to see me come back, make another video about it. Anything, any movies that you want to make me or hear me do reviews on or anything like that. Make sure you do sub to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see when I'm going live anytime I drop a new video. I thank y'all. If you're watching later, now, whenever, make sure you like the video, please, and just leave a comment, please. It helps out the algorithm so much, guys. Thank y'all so much. It's been a pleasure talking about my Guardians of the Galaxy 3 review. It was such a good movie. On a scale from 1 to 10, if he would have had the flashback meeting Groot, I would give it a perfect 10. I'd give it a 9.5 to a 9.8. It was such a good movie, y'all. It's a must see. You gotta go and see it. So go to your local movie theater right now and go see it. Don't just take my word for it. Don't take my spoilers for it. I might be lying about everything. You know, I'm lying about everything. I didn't even see the movie. Don't take it. Don't take my word for it. Make sure y'all go see the movie. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have a good night, y'all. Peace. Forgot to do it. Hold on.